been concerned with the landfill issue, and I think we've all been concerned with the landfill issue in Nashville. How do you see that as one of the major problems in terms of winning this election, which is to say that do you see it as a very divisive issue in Nashville as it has been over the last several years, or do you see some method whereby we might be able to deal with the landfill issue however?
Well, we, of course, at this point have a landfill sited which in Bell's Bend, which is trying to be made legal through the state. And if that has all happened by the time I'm mayor, then it won't be my issue to deal with. If it hasn't, and we have to get back into it in some way, I guess my main thought is that it's important to just sort of deal with it quickly. There's no easy answer to citing a landfill issue, and to me the best answer is find some place for it, really put on a full court press on the council to get a place approved and get it behind us, because in a way the worst thing that's happened about this current issue is just the way that it's festered for years. It just dominates everything we talk about in the city for so long. If it falls to me to deal with it, I'd like to just get it behind me as soon as possible.
I think another part of that will be the whole issue of recycling. What's your platform in reference to that?
Oh, I think recycling is a very important part of the whole solid waste management plan, that you have to sort of put it on the front burner and first ask the question, can we recycle these things? And there's a lot of yes answers to that question, whether it be paper or glass or compostable materials like yard wastes. And then when you've picked out what you can recycle, look at what the alternatives are, incineration, landfilling, transporting out of county, for the remainder. But until recycling is put as the first issue and not something which happens with the leftovers, I don't think it's ever going to play the kind of role that it should.
Looking at your campaign, now you've been involved with your campaign for the last year, but you only, I think over the last couple of weeks, announced your candidacy. Now, why this great difference between your official announcement and some of your activities? What was the special reason?
The reason was when back in last June, a year ago, when Mr. Boner said he wasn't going to run again, I just immediately leapt in and said that I did plan to, and I guess that in some way was my formal announcement. I said that later on in the campaign I'd make a more formal announcement that laid out some issues and then the like. And we just planned that really to coincide with filing papers and becoming officially and legally a candidate and getting on the ballot. So it was just something that happened in the normal course of things.
Now, are there any plans to campaign different between now and the August election, or what are some of your campaign plans?
No, I've been campaigning, well, really hard since probably January 1st, and quite a bit all through last fall. And this will just continue. It'll even intensify a little more in these last couple of months. But no, this announcement doesn't mark any big break in the campaign. It's just one milestone along the way.
Well, now, what about some of the charges that have been made in the local press in reference to your wealth in campaigning? For example, I think that a couple of days ago it was announced that you had accumulated some $865,000 for your campaign chest, and money is still coming in, and et cetera. How do you see that, and what can you say in terms of that magnitude of resources that you have available?
Right. Well, it's one of these things of, it's hard to keep everybody happy. When I ran 4 years ago for the office, I largely put in money out of my own pocket because I didn't have a lot of supporters and ability to raise money, and people criticized me for that. And that was a reasonable criticism. So this time I just started very early saying that I wanted to go out, I wanted to raise money in the community. I wanted to raise it in as small chunks as I could, not coming in big lumps from any one